Hi, and welcome to Alexis Drinks, where we talk to your favorite breweries about their favorite beers. We're down in Glassboro to talk to Krystle Lockman of Axe Arrow. Let's get to it. All right, welcome back to another Alexis Drinks episode. I am so excited to be here at Axe Arrow with Krystle Lockman to drink the beers that you like to drink. And I'm really excited because you told me the first beer we're having is not a beer that you normally like. You don't normally drink this style.
Correct.
So tell me about it.
So this beer right here is not a style that I personally gravitate towards, but it's a really big seller in the tap room. So at the end of the day, I'm a businesswoman. And we have a lot of fun with our sours. So while I'm not a giant sour drinker, I really enjoy the flavors and the combinations and the creation and the fun that you can have with it. So this one right here is from Barley Oak in Maryland. It is their Dream series, spelled with a J, and it is a coconut cream cake lollipop.
Oh. And so I love sours and I love gozas, and it's funny, a coworker of mine was just like, I like framboise. And I've been seeing this like sour situation. Like what do you think about that? And I'm like, well, I love sours, and I think everyone should drink sours myself. So I was like, yes, go drink it, whether or not that's good advice. So right, cheers. See, yes, I like that because it is like you have that like the tartness of the sour, but it's not overpowering. I think that sometimes sours can be like bam in your face.
And some people love that, but one of the things that I really love about this is that you can taste every layer. So everything they say is in here, you get a layer of that. And that's one of the things, even when we're creating our sours, you know, we might be shooting for something, but if it doesn't come out, I'm like, oh, I don't want to advertise that and I don't want to say that. You know, obviously you list the ingredients, right, but I don't want to put it out there as, you know, something that it's not. So that one thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just like, coconut cream cake. This is, and it's just got like so many things going on and in such a great,
It's crazy, right?
And so you've used this as an inspiration for you when you've gone, you know, sours.
Exactly, yeah. So, you know, we search them out. Like any good. You have to do a lot of research in the beer industry.
Right. Yes. Oh, yes. Tell me more about your research.
So, you know, since our sours are something that sell, we've gotten some other half sours. They're crunchy lines. People really love, and then these, and, you know, we go down to, you know, places in Jersey like Vinyl and
try theirs out. Yeah, Vinyl just had a sour week. That's really exciting. Nice.
Yeah, we're actually doing a sour week as well.
And I did see, I think fans of my page will have seen the video that I shared, just because it's so funny. And I love how much creativity comes into the advertising of things. Like I think that like a lot of the Jersey breweries are doing some really, and you know, breweries out of state too, but you know, my focus on Jersey. And I just really love, like, you guys had so much fun with that video, and it looks like you're gonna have so much fun with your sour week. So I'm very excited to check that out.
It's always good to see people, you know, get excited about your product, and you know, if we can have a little fun with it in the background, you know.
Well, and something I love too about all of your beers is that you have like, you know, trading card style cards for like when you're having a flight, which I think too, you know, everyone like, you know, you get a flight, you love a flight, but like having that like, oh, well, you know, gotta catch them all.
Yeah, and people do. They're like, I didn't have this one, but can I have the card? We're like, sure. It's not that big of a deal.
You should start doing that. I mean, not to like tell you how to run your business, because I do not know how to run a business, but like, ooh, like the Axe Arrow trading card deck.
Yeah, we're really excited for flights to come back. We haven't used our flight boards yet because they're porous, so we want to make sure, you know, everything's safe. But when they come back, we're really excited to bring the cards back. I miss them.
I know. Well, I know we have another New Jersey beer, which is a different style, but that you love so much, and I love to talk about what our breweries are drinking. So
I got some new glasses.
Yes, beautiful. Some nice brewery strong glasses, by the way, for a fantastic nonprofit that helps people in the beer industry, whether they're making beer, serving beer at a brewery, at a bar or restaurant. We love Brewery Strong, just a little plug. We happen to be on the board, so it's like, what's the word?
Full disclosure.
Full disclosure. We have fun though. And you'll check out, some Brewery Strong all over the place. We have some collabs that are happening. We're pouring at AC Beer Fest, or we poured at AC Beer Fest. So what are we drinking now?
So this is 8 and Sands Nelson Saison, and I am especially this time of year, giant Saison person. They're light and refreshing and, a little spicy. And I think that 8 and Sands does this one really, really well. I'm actually waiting for it to come back out.
Yeah.
Josh.
Yeah, this was a big...
From 8 and Sand always shoots me a text and lets me know.
You gotta love that when they're like, hey, by the way, that thing that you really like, we've got it. Like the little dealers.
Make sure I get my order in.
Right. So Nelson Saison from 8 and Sand.
Yeah. And you get a little bit of extra hoppiness from it. It's not like your normal run-of-the-mill hops. So the Nelson Saison is nice. It's
it's funny. I missed this the first time it came around, and I was excited by the can work. I love can artwork. I love all the fun things that people do with it, and I saw it. I was like, that's great. Yeah. But I didn't have it, and so I'm really appreciative to have it this time.
This is my last can, but since it's coming back soon, I'll share.
See, that last can for you people watching Alexis drinks Axe Arrow, and it is really. Ooh. I love the clarity, and I think that that's something that, New Jersey especially is really getting into, is some of those clear, more delicate beers, to just kind of flex those muscles.
And I think as this time of the year rolls back around, our Pilsner just kicked, and we have another batch in the tanks, but it kicked before we could get the next batch out. It's just this time of year, people just want that light, refreshing, crisp.
Because things are getting warm.
Yeah.
You want to, cool beer. I was talking to someone who was saying how there's a place that was serving their beer, but at ice cold, because people think, oh, tap the Rockies, ice cold beer, because this style of beer is really good, very cold. But there are styles of craft beer that are better when you warm them up.
Yeah.
You might have seen a previous episode of Alexis Drinks where Pete Beta from 7 Mile and I warmed up the beer that we were drinking in our hands. This beer, not so much. It's really good, very nice and cold.
Yes.
Love it. I love that style.
Yeah, especially the dark beers when you warm them up a little bit, you open up the flavors, you get roasty chocolate.
And then it completely changes your life.
Yeah.
It's something that I didn't know about beer drinking early on. I was just oh yeah, I'm going to drink this beer right out of the fridge. It's going to be great. And someone was like, please stop.
Give it a second.
Right, just
Yeah.
let it just a little bit.
Yeah.
But no, this is a great summer drink.
Yes.
And they're coming out with it soon.
Yes, it'll be back. I hope. Otherwise, I'm going to have to call Josh.
Right. Listen, Josh, we know where you live. Actually, I don't, but it's a good
We can find out.
We can find out. Stick with us. We're going to learn more about Axe Arrow. We're going to drink some Axe Arrow beer. But in the meantime, let's take a walk around and see more about this really cool brewery that has a very interesting brew style that I've never seen before, and that pumps out some amazing beer here in Glassboro. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Joshua Lockman. I'm an owner/brewer here, and I'm just going to take you through a quick tour of our unique brewing system. So this is the Brewhouse system. It's a very unique system. You brew beer all in one vessel. So your mash tun colander goes into the conical here, and that's where you do your strike water. You heat everything up. You do your mashing, and then once the mash process is complete, you actually remove the grains from the wort, and you can bring it to boil right in that vessel. Once your boil is done, you're finished brewing, you throw the lid on and you go to the knockout phase. Once you're at around 68 degrees for ales, we can actually pitch right into the same vessel, and then we move the vessel over to the sidewall here, which has our chillers, and that's where it goes through the fermentation process. And once the beer is complete with the fermentation, then the tanks also act as a bright, so we can pressurize the tank and carbonate directly into the tank. And after the CO2 volumes are at an acceptable rate, we can either keg or can directly from the vessel. And we really like the system because it is all on wheels and we can move everything and clean behind it, and it's a good space saver too.
All right, we are back at Axe Arrow Trading Card Company. I mean brewing company. So now that we've drank some beers that you love, I'd like to drink some beers that I love. I mean, that you love.
Some more beers that I love.
From Axe Arrow. What are we drinking today?
So I have a selection here, but
Of
we're
your
going to
gorgeous can work.
because they're fun to look at.
I love it.
So I think we should do the Shattered Ceilings. This one is a collab with the Pink Boot Society,
Who we love.
So we do this one in March for International Women's Day, and then they let us have the hops again in like September. So we try to
nice.
put it out spring and fall.
Because women are in the beer world all year round.
All year round.
All year round.
Doing all of the things.
All of the things. All the time.
All the time.
Yes.
So the fun thing about this one is we use the same base beer, but every year they have a different hop blend.
Okay.
So Yakima Chief and Pink Boots Society work together. They make a hop blend, and this year, it's crazy. It's Cashmere, Anthium, Citra Laurel, and Sabro. And I love Sabro. And I feel like it really shines in this one, so that's why I picked this one.
So bad at knowing what it means to have hops. I mean, I know what it means to have hops, but like the individual hops. So
yes.
Tell me more about this hop blend and why it's so important.
So, well, it's fun because the Pink Boot Society they do a sensory panel, and they actually pick which ones they think will work best. You can actually I think win a trip out to Denver and help them
nice.
make the hop blend. But this one I like specifically. I love Sabro hops because they have a coconutty flavor to them.
Ooh.
And
which is a callback to what we drank earlier with the coconut in it. So I think you like coconut.
I think I have a problem, yeah.
A problem, or is it great?
I mean, good problem, but
exactly. I love coconut.
Yeah. So this is our Shattered Ceilings.
Glorious.
And it's a pale ale. It's a hazy pale ale.
All right.
So,
Love that.
easy drinker. And I just love it.
And see, again, as previous watchers, viewers will know, I don't have a good palate. So tell us what we're tasting that I'm failing at.
I also have an awful palate, and I'm really good at the power of suggestion. But I do know the Sabro hop because our brewer
Right.
Mike, when he came on, he had a Sabro IPA.
Right.
And I was like, oh my God, this tastes exactly like coconut.
Yeah.
How much coconut is in it? He's like, there's none.
None, zero. Yeah, I
was
do.
like, you're lying.
I do taste that. No, I do.
Yeah, the power of suggestion gets you, man.
Oh, great.
So yeah, I like this one because it's not super bitter, super smooth,
Yeah.
juicy, and then tropically juicy, not just like citrus juicy.
Yes, I have found that I prefer the hops that impart that tropical, feel to things. So.
So I really like that one. So that's why I
Yeah.
picked that one.
Well, and again, we're talking about this fabulous artwork, which you're going to see more close-ups of. And I mean, I love the concept, Shattered Ceilings. And did you brew this? I think I saw some women in the brew house.
Yeah, so last year's 2020 this was before the world ended, so it was a much bigger turnout. But this year we had a couple of our beer tenders come back, and we brewed it together with the help of the guys.
Yes.
Because I get the concept of brewing, but not doing it myself.
Well, sure. Well, and that's another thing that we talk about a lot is just making beer isn't the only part of the brewing industry.
Oh, yeah.
Right? If it's just making beer, then you're a home brewer, you're doing it in your house. But the beer industry is selling, marketing, money side. So the women who work for Axe Arrow do a lot. They don't necessarily brew, but they sell you the beer that you love and make that, help that keep going.
Exactly.
So we love that. That's close to my heart. But let's talk about some other beer that's here while we're drinking this amazing.
So one of the things that we really love, we have 20 taps, and our mission from the beginning is, everybody who's here has such different styles of beer that they like. I like, your wheat beers, your saisons, I also love a dark beer, where Josh and our brewer Mike are total hop heads, and our one beer tender Ed, the hazier the better. He's a haze boy.
Right.
So we kind of run the gamut. And I feel like that's indicative of the consumer base in general. So we try to have something at all times. So we've got our Squeaky Wheel, which is our German hef with blueberry in it.
Nice.
we did this one this year because my mother-in-law had a blueberry hef that she loved and harassed us. Sorry, Mom, we still love you.
Sometimes you need like a little bit of a push.
She may have threatened to kick us out of the family.
You know what? Go, Mom.
But it's super refreshing, so I'm glad we listened to her.
And again, women contributing to the beer world.
Yep,
Come
always,
on.
always. And then our sours. So our Tropic Thunder is our first sour that we've ever put out, and it was super well received. And again, this is a sour.
Right. Like this will punch you in the face with the sour.
Face
which,
puckering.
By the way, I love. I was just at Bonesaw down the road and having their Purple Heart, and I was like, ooh, this is right in your face.
I had the blue one, and that one wasn't super face puckering,
Right,
so I like the
right.
blue.
Yeah.
I didn't have red or purple yet, but I don't seek out sours, so that's
Well, yeah, but again, and so again,
I go there for their lagers.
because lagers are great. Again, nice and light and
crisp.
Yes.
Yep.
But here we have a face puckering sour, Tropic Thunder. Love that.
So this is a whole line of sours that we do, different fruits. Then we have our Mo. Oh my gosh, I didn't bring Mo out.
Mo, where is Mo? Oh, Mo is right over there.
We have a can
We'll show you later.
So we've got our peanut butter and whatever sour fluffernutter line. And then we do our fluff, which is vanilla, marshmallow, lactose with a fruit.
I did not know about this, guys.
There's a lot. We have fun.
I'm gonna live here. We're just gonna later on. It's gonna be like Alexis still drinking at Axe Arrow.
The sours are so fun. We
Yeah.
love them. But then we love our IPAs too. So we've got our Brew Dragon here, which we were naming it right around the time the Crew Dragon, the Space Exploration Edition.
Okay, hence the artwork that we
Yes.
have going on.
So
I
instead
love
of
it.
Crew Dragon, it's Brew Dragon.
Nice.
And our Axe, which is probably, these two are probably like, if someone asked what a staple or a flagship beer are, those are probably them.
Yes.
Axe has been on since day one. It's just an easy drinking double, some good hops, Citra, Mosaic.
And so, is there an arrow?
There was. So it was our West Coast, and it was a good beer, but it wasn't a sexy beer. It wasn't one that people really.
Right.
It didn't sell through quickly.
Right.
Again, I'm a businesswoman. So.
Well, and that's a part of the beer world, right? Is looking at the things that you want to make and saying, this is great for me, but not for selling. So,
So we've talked about it, and we'll rework
Yeah.
it because you need an arrow because we have the Axe.
I mean, you do. I mean, maybe just rename that. The Tropic Thunder is becoming the arrow. Set it here. Alexis loves to come and tell people how to run their business with no ability to run it.
Your price is great. So.
Yes. And then, so we have the Ooh La La, which I'm stealing, guys. You can't have it. But.
So I love coffee and beer. I think it's the most heavenly combo. Actually, my other Jersey beer that I was going to do was Harry's Coffee from Ludlam. Love it because it's a light. It's not like a stout or a porter coffee beer.
Right.
So this one is actually our hazelnut coffee porter, and then this one is a French vanilla white stout.
Ooh.
French vanilla coffee bean white
French
stout.
vanilla. Ooh, nice.
So yeah, I love coffee and beer.
No, I like that. I love that. So that's the thing. I remember coming here for the first time and just seeing all of not only the funky flavors, but the funky, can artwork. Again, the trading cards that we talked about, and the fact that you brew in what is essentially a tea kettle. It's not. It's not. That's not the right. That is how it was explained to me. But I think that that's so interesting. So there's just so much going on here.
We like to try to pay attention to the detail. Goal one is to put out good liquid, but make it fun in the meantime. Like our artwork, we have a great artist. He's actually a high school friend of ours.
Oh, okay. And what is your artist's name?
His name's John, but he goes under, his company's name is Friday Pizza Party.
Friday Pizza Party artwork. Awesome.
So you can look him up online. But yeah, just everything has a little touch to it.
Yeah,
so.
excellent. And local touches, things that are close to you, like the menus we have back here. Glassboro is doing some really cool things down here with Rowan, and you're at the heart of it, which is so much fun.
Yeah, and in the beginning, the cigar place next door wasn't here when we started. There's a lot of places that weren't here when we opened, so it's fun to see it build up.
Excellent. Well, there you have it. We're here down in Glassboro at Axe Arrow, the funky kid in town. You guys should come by too and say hey to Krystle while you're at it. Thank you so much. Cheers.